The Treasuring Rotto project involves a partnership with Mosaic Studios, Woodsbagot, and the ROTTNEST Island Authority in developing the Revitalizing ROTTNEST project. Mosaic Studios has prepared a proposal that explores enhancing existing experiences on the island in order to provide for the future. Our team is inspired by the notion that during this project, all of us as individual pieces will come together to form a bigger picture with a bigger purpose. Mosaic is essentially a form of artwork that comprises many different tiles coming together as one to create a unique piece. All members come from different backgrounds and walks of life, carrying diversity and a variety of experiences as well as ideas with them. As individual pieces, we use this platform to be one and aspire to create a difference. With so many different stories that we carry to this new land from home, empathy is our main priority, and therefore our designs are aimed to touch upon the notions of emotions, memories, and experiences. When designing, we value architecture that engages both people and context while being respectful, purposeful, and sustainable. In this proposal, Mosaic Studios seeks to bring greater attention to the historical education and heritage value of the island and its contribution to the greater Australian identity. Our vision is to revitalize ROTTNEST by building upon existing narratives in order to provide for the future. Our proposals aim to provide various educational experiences through innovative means of embodied cognition, augmented reality, and architecture. Thus, by building upon the ROTTNEST narratives, not only do we enhance the distinctiveness of the island, but also demonstrate its importance in terms of reinforcing Australia's identity on an international stage. The objective that we aim to achieve in order to realize our vision of revitalizing ROTTNEST is to design spaces that allow for people to learn about the place narratives. The strategies that we considered with the objective in mind are: first, to provide educational experiences. Next, to provide platforms for the acknowledgement of culture and history. Then, enhance connectivity of people and place. And lastly, to revitalize places of key narratives. The notion of architecture as a palimpsest is evident and has been relevant in the built form not only around the world, but even in ROTTNEST itself. It is identified that we as a society value heritage and the past as layers of spirit, identity, and culture. Palimpsest is a method that has emerged in design practice as a result of maintaining these layers, not only architecturally, but culturally, as well as emotional authenticity, integrity, and memories of the past. The concept of palimpsest is our basis of designing for the island in order to realize our vision of revitalizing ROTTNEST. This will enhance our unique point of difference, which is the richness in narratives, culture, and history, thereby providing places that can be utilized for the future. When designing with palimpsest in mind, there are many elements that must be considered. Respecting the existing fabric of the site is essential in order to reveal the traces of the past. Features of palimpsestuous design include a balance between elements, transparency of layers involved, and highlighting the narratives that enhance the spiritual, cultural, and historical significance of the building and its context. Thus, the principles utilized when designing are balance, framing, and porosity. Balance highlights the need for the balance of old and new, light and dark, natural and man-made. Framing refers to the framing of certain aspects that are specific to the place narratives and layers that are essential to the building and site. Framing will be reflected through form and highlighting specific views. Lastly, porosity is a sense of visibility to enhance the connection and fluidity between certain elements. When analyzing the site, the key narratives that we focused on are the colonial, maritime, and Aboriginal history, which are the three main narratives that are significant to the island and are site-specific. The colonial narrative is specific to the main settlement, where we propose the extension to the ROTTNEST Island Museum. Pinky's Beach, near the Bathurst Lighthouse, which overlooks the many shipwrecks, is where the maritime narrative is at its strongest. Lastly, the Aboriginal narrative is most significant at the West End, or Curtin, the place where spirits reside.